Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a simple maze game with levels in Scratch. So let's begin. Now we want to make a character move around the maze and continue to the next level each time we end the level. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete our default sprite and go for the choose a sprite selection, and I'm gonna choose the chick sprite. So let's choose, and I'm gonna choose the chick. Even though the chick is small, this is a bit too big, so let's just set the size down to 70. Perfect. Now it's really small, making it easy to go through narrow ways. So now we have to go to paint a backdrop, and we're gonna delete the backdrop one, delete it, and in the backdrop 2 you're gonna convert to bitmap. You can see this option here. You're gonna click it, you're gonna choose the fill tool and click here and change the color to black. Click, and then your screen here goes black. Now convert to vector. Okay, here you're gonna go back to the color and change it to red, and take out the rectangle tool and start making rectangles. So first of all I'm just going to go like this. So I'm going to make it come like this, and see it on the screen. Code. Okay, I'm going to take this chick and keep down here to see the height of the chick. So again we can go to costumes, right? Go to backdrops, go to the backdrop costumes, and I'm gonna move this rectangle a bit more higher since it's touching the chick, so a bit more higher. Perfect. Now start making your maze however you like. It doesn't need to be perfect, you see, so just make it however you desire it to be. So I'm just gonna make a simple one to demonstrate you how to make it. This one's going to be very simple. You don't need to worry about this, and you don't need to take the exact same thing that I'm doing. I'm just making it to show you how it's done. So it doesn't need to be exactly like this. Let's just say that this is our maze. You can design it even more if you want to, but I'm just gonna stick with this for now. And I'm going to choose the chick sprite, and you're going to go to events, and you see this when space key is pressed, drag that out and click on the space and choose right arrow, motion, move 10 blocks, move 10 steps. Now this works, but we are not moving 10 steps means up, down, left, right, so change X by 10 will be better. Now have you noticed that I didn't use the forever, if then, sensing, key space pressed, right arrow, then change X by 10, because this is a bit too long. You see, the same codes that we give here are over here, and this is more large comparing to the one here. So this is more efficient, so I'm just gonna take this straight away, and when right arrow press, change X by 10, and we want the direction to go a 90, and when it's in left to go to minus 90. If you want to check the directions, just go here and it shows you the direction key. So 90 is here, minus 90 is here, 100 and 0 is up, 180 is down. Now you might be asking, if you go left it goes upside down. Now trust me guys, I have the perfect solution, but first let's take the point in direction 90 and add it here. Now events, when space key is pressed, change to left arrow, change X by minus 10. -10. Okay, now if we try this code, we don't need to click on the green flag. We just need to click right arrow and left arrow. But first, point in direction and change it to -90, guys. Okay, now I click right arrow, it works perfectly. But when I click left arrow, it goes upside down. Now to solve this problem, just hover over the direction and click on it. Now you see this is called the turn all around. Like your character can go upside down, upward, downward. So if you click this, your character doesn't change at all. He stays in the exact same position. But if you click this, the character doesn't change its position up or down. It changes its position only to left and to the right. So let's click on this and -9. Now if we try the right arrow works and left arrow works perfectly as well. See, it doesn't go upside down now. Now we want the character to bounce off the wall. We don't want it to stay on the wall. So to fix this, we're gonna go to events, and when green flag is clicked, we didn't take this forever because we want the code to go on forever if we touch it. So, but it should be only if we touch it. So we're gonna take a if then, and inside this, I'm gonna add touching color. Now, what does this block do? This block tells the code that if the sprite touches this color, it should do this specific thing. So click on the color. You can choose your color, any color you like, but we want it to be this exact same red. Now, more than just keep on going to the perfect red, there's an easier way. Just, you can see this tool here. This is called an eyedrop tool. So just click on it and hover to the color you want to select and click on it. Now it shows the exact same color you chose. Now if then you're gonna go to motion, and you know that move 10 steps make you move 10 steps towards, but what if you make it -10 steps? Then you go backwards. So if touching the red color, you're gonna move -10. So let's test that. Green flag is given, and we can see very well that our character does not go through it. Now we need to make an up and down key. So let's do the same thing here. When space key is pressed, change it to up arrow, change Y by 10. Okay, so when space key is pressed, down arrow, change Y by 10, change it to -10. Okay, now we can test that. Yes, it works perfectly. Okay, now that we know that that works, we're going to make it as if we can go on to the next level. So let's start scratching. Now we need to go to the next level, but before we make it go to the next level, we have to make another level. So go back to paint the backdrop and do the same thing we did earlier. Convert to bitmap, fill tool, color black, and here, perfect. But other than doing this, click on the backdrops, click on paint a backdrop, and click a right arrow on the old backdrop 2, and duplicate it. Now what happens, the same backdrop which we created forms, but the only difference is not the one we took. So for now we'll just name this back for backdrop and 2 for backdrop 2, and this one will be named back for backdrop 1 for backdrop 1. Now in back 2 we'll just make a few changes. So we'll just take this and we'll add it here, and we'll just reduce the size, bring this here, just tweak it a bit. Okay, now we go back to code, but I'm gonna go to chick code and be sure to name him player before starting again. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it as if we go to the next level. For that, if in the looks category there is an option called switch backdrop to your backdrop, so I'm just gonna take this one, and you see it changed to backdrop 1, and backdrop 2 makes it go back to backdrop 2, and next backdrop makes it go to the next backdrop, and the previous backdrop makes it go to the backdrop before the one, and random backdrop makes it choose a random backdrop. So we're going to choose the next backdrop. Okay, so we can just continue on backdropping. But before we do this, we are going to have to make a sprite, paint a sprite. Okay, so I'm going to go to fill, and I'm going to make it yellow in color. So first let's undertake it yellow color, a rectangle, that's it. This is it, we just need a rectangle. So go to codes, and we're going to name him level ender. Okay, but before we continue, go to the player sprite, and when you can find out, you can just search for this block here. When green flag clicked, the forever color changing block, go to motions. First set the chick over here perfectly where you want it, and take this block, go to X position and Y position. Now the player will always start there if the green flag is clicked. Now the level ender's job is simple. We just need it to touch. If the chick touches it, then it moves to the next level. Now looks, we're going to take when green flag is clicked, forever, and then if then, and inside the if then you're going to put touching player, then switch switch to backdrop to next backdrop. Okay, now this is just going to make it a loop. But now in the chick sprite, you're going to go down, and in the events, when green flag is clicked, forever, if then, touching, level ender, then we want it to come back to the exact same position. So go to X minus 200, 154. Now let's try it again. We start the green flag, we go, okay, we can't go to the wall, so we can go upward, okay, and when we click this, we are supposed to go to the next level and as well as go back there. So, but did the level change? No, it didn't. And why didn't the level change? Now, it's simple. You see, we have made the chick go here. So the computer is like, which one should I take? This one or this one? So, if touching level ender, we don't put then go to this one. So we're just going to keep this empty. Now let's try it. Before we continue, let's try it now. And oh, see, because our chick is staying there too long, it just keeps glitching. So we need to find a way for the chick to come back here after touching. So to do that, there is one simple thing. Why don't we make the whole code over there? So touching level ender, then switch backdrop to next backdrop and go to X position. Now let's see. Okay, so it's the same thing. So now we have to delete this code or else the computer won't work. Let's test it again. Okay guys, so Okay. And voila, it works perfectly, just like we want it to. So now we know very well that the chick controls everything and the level ender is a, just an object which we need, that needs to be touched. Now, it's this may be a very basic maze, but you can just go to backdrops. You can just click here and go to backdrops, and you can just design your maze however you like it. So that's it for today, and that's me signing out.